Hey guys, so it looks like we have two Zenkai Awakening announcements for tomorrow. So first time in a while where we're going to be getting double Zenkai characters in the same reset, or the same weekly update. So let's take a look at this first one. This is Android 17, the EX Red Android 17. It's been a long time since we've got an EX character Zenkai Awakening, so glad to see them bringing this back for now. So let's see what they say about this. So now it's special, his special, I guess that's his green card? It could be either his green card or his blue card, because it's special move or the special move is blue card, right? And then special arts card is green card, so I guess it's his green card. Special recovers ki, and his main recovers health. They'll reduce enemy ki and destroy one card when evaded. So I guess whenever he attacks, the enemy loses ki. Kind of like Red Kefla, I guess. Not really a huge fan of that. Unlock all uniques to get damage inflicted and card draw speed up, as well as damage received down. That sounds pretty good. Card draw speed's always nice. Obviously, damage inflicted, damage received down is good. So not really much to go off of here, but it's interesting that we're finally getting another one of these EX Red Zenkai characters. So obviously, you know, more free stuff, because these are free awakenings. This is going to be part of the story event. There is a story event for this guy where you can farm him up. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Next, we have the Red KALE BERSERK Zenkai Awakening incoming. Now, this is actually interesting because I don't remember what video this was, but in talking about something, there was definitely a video where I was talking about something, and I mentioned that this KALE getting a Zenkai could definitely be very interesting, because I remember when she first came out, she came out with the purple Caulifla. She was really, really annoying to fight against. So, if they make her good enough, she could be very, very good. So her attacks and counters are stronger, but that's very vague. I don't know what that means. Unlock all her uniques to get card draw speed up and 30% to next art's damage inflicted after an enemy attacks. Unleash a powerful counter after a cover change. So based off what they're saying here, it sounds like they're going to be buffing her offensive capabilities, when honestly I would just prefer they stick to focusing on the defensive end of what she can do, because she is, well, she was, at least when she came out initially, mostly a defensive unit. And the reason why I'm very, very excited for this one is because she's a Rival Universe buff. And Rival Universe has been in a stagnant position for so many months at this point. Like, let's let's take a look at this, right? So this is KALE BERSERK. Let me zoom in a little bit. So before we even look at what she does right now, let me just click on the Rival Universe tag here. When was the last time this tag got a buff? Was it God of Destruction Topo? I believe so. I believe God of Destruction Topo was the last time this team got buffed. Because we got Evolution Blue Vegeta, who's not part of this tag, and then alongside Evolution Blue Vegeta released this EX Blue Jiren. And then the next banner after this was God of Destruction Topo, and then the KALE and Caulifla. And that was the last time this tag was buffed. I believe they released in August. So, you know, we have September, October, November, December, January, February. That's 6 months. It's been 6 months, half a year, since this team received any kind of new character, or Zenkai Awakening, I'm pretty sure, right? I don't think any other character got a Zenkai Awakening since then for this tag. And that's insane to think about, because there's actually, like, it's not like this is like LOE, where there's like 2 characters that are a part of this tag. There's like 500 million Rival Universe characters in Dragon Ball. All the universes that participated in Tournament of Power, all the Universe 6 warriors, Universe 11 warriors, even Universe 2 warriors, Universe, I believe the one with I believe Universe 4 was the one with like the robots and stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one, but yeah, this there's a lot they could do with Rival Universe, and they just haven't touched it in a long time. So that's going to be a massive buff, I think, for this. So in terms of what she can actually do, and by the way, obviously she's also part of the girls tag, so this is definitely a buff for the girls tag. Good to see that as well. And then red is obviously a good tag for this because I think, or a good color for this because I think the best, honestly, the best red unit on the girls' team, I would argue, is probably Launch. Launch is pretty solid. It's just that she doesn't buff the team, right? She doesn't buff girls. She buffs like red and green, and then Dragon Ball Saga, I believe. So, in terms of her actually buffing the team, I don't think this is not going to load. I think it's red, green, and Dragon Ball Saga. Let me see. Let's see. I believe that's what it is. Yep. So, that's the one bad thing about Launch, is that she doesn't actually buff girls when they obviously very badly need it. So, good to see both those teams getting buffed. Universe 6, not really a team, but at least, you know, she can buff that. In terms of the Zenkai ability for this character, definitely want them to do red Universe Survival Saga. That would be a massive help, assuming we're going to get better red characters for that team in the future. She'll be able to at least provide an additional Zenkai ability to those characters. So the main ability is 10% damage inflicted for 10 counts after enemy attack is over. This is very bad. It's actually interesting because this is part of the main ability. I actually don't even know how this works. Is this like a permanent buff that she gets? Applies the following effects to self. 10% damage inflicted for 10 timer counts after enemy attacks. I don't even know how this works. Is this like a permanent buff that she inflicts to herself? So for the rest of the match, she's gonna have this ability. That's very weird. So once you pop your main ability, you're gonna get this ability to activate after the enemy is done attacking you. I think what they should do is make this like 25% of damage inflicted, and then give her 25% damage to allies inflicted when the enemy attack is over. Because that's like what Purple Cooler has that. I think Blue Topo has a similar ability as well. Like that sort of like tanking / supporting ability that I think would fit her really well. Then she gets inflicts enemy that should be downgrade plus 10% damage received for 10 timer counts every time this character uses an arts card. This was really annoying back in the day because no other character really had an ability like this, and you really felt these debuffs like build up, and you felt the fact, and it was very tangible because you could see the extra damage you were doing to your enemy every time you used a card against them. So this is very powerful. I would say maybe bump this up to like 15%, and then, you know, give her like the patented, you know, 30% HP, 40 key back, and then once you do that, this is actually, you know, pretty solid main ability for this unit. Unique ability, sustained blast damage up, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to blast damage received for 15 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. Not really a very menacing unique ability here in terms of modern days, but this obviously should become all damage received if they're going to keep this. So inflicts enemies as we downgrade plus 20% to damage received, and this should be all enemies. So all enemies with 20% to damage received for 15 timer counts once the character enters the battlefield. And honestly, you know what this should be? This should be... Okay, here's what this should turn into. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 15 timer counts when faced with an enemy. So when you switch in with this character, this is going to apply. When the enemy switches out, this is going to apply. When the enemy switches from, you know, tags out with Goku and Vegeta, this will apply. That would actually be pretty annoying to deal with, so I think that's how they should do that. And then obviously add something else to this as well. It can't just be one sentence. So the next one is cover, destroy card. Now this is the first character, I believe, that destroyed 2 cards when changing cover. Then she also gets 30% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts and plus 2 to unsub count when activated. Obviously this should go away. That's what they did with the LF Power Frieza. They got rid of the extra sub count when you switch in, or when you cover change. 30% damage inflicted should go up to like 50%. This is obviously good enough, so let's keep that. And then I would definitely give her some kind of sustained damage cut on cover change. So maybe give her like 30%, 40%. Yeah, 40%. What are her stats looking like here? You know, her for as old as she is, her defensive stats are actually not that bad. But I definitely expect her to have similar defensive stats to what Full Power Frieza has, like 190,000 of both, something like that. So give her like 30, 40%, 40. Let's just say 40%. Give her 40% reduced damage received on cover change. Plus maybe her 3rd or 4th unique ability will have extra sustained damage cut, just a baseline one. and she's going to be very, very tough to deal with, considering she also destroys enemy cards. So I will definitely take that. And then everything else is fine. She also really had a pretty decent green card when she came out. No other unit really restored health by 15% on green cards. So that was a very, very good ability. And then she also, on top of that, got blast damage. I think what I would like to see on top of this is just some extra key. I mean, again, I hate when these green cards don't give key back because it just feels like you're losing out. Nowadays, all these units are so key efficient that when you have a unit like this that doesn't give key back on their green card, again, it just feels like you're not, like it's not impactful enough, and you're missing out on like other cards you could be using when you use a green card. So I would prefer this at least to restore 20 key. If they're going to keep this way, you know what this should be? This should be restores on health by 15%, 15% to damage inflicted by all allies for 15 timer counts, and then restores key by 30. That would be a really good green card for this unit. I think that would be pretty decent. The only thing is her Z abilities, her Z ability is really bad. Blast defense, and that's it. So it sucks that they don't really update Z abilities for these units that get Zenkai Awakenings, because this is actually like one of the worst Z abilities that I can remember for a character having. Just blast defense, yeah, not great. And then this isn't even a rival universe. This is Universe 6, because this character released before Rival Universe even existed as a tag. So yeah, not a very good Z ability. So we'll see how they handle this unit. Again, I think this is a very, very good choice to give a Zenkai Awakening to. She could be very, very annoying. And then I'm not going to go into too much depth for this 17, but you know, another Android buff, free to play character with an Android buff. Pretty good to see. But then, other than androids, he's not on any team. So we will see how they handle this. And look at his kit. He has one unique ability. This character is like mega old. Oh my god, he has one unique ability. Look at this main ability. Restores ki by 60. That's it. Nothing else. 20 counts. Okay. What is this? Reduces damage received by 20% until combo ends when changing cover. 20% strike damage and inflicted for 15 timer counts, and then plus 3 to sub count. Oh my god, this guy's terrible. Red base blast attack and defense during battle. Okay. I'm not even gonna talk about what I want for this guy to get, because he doesn't even have a kit. Like, this is all fodder. Like, this is useless. So I wouldn't be opposed to them just making this guy completely cracked. Like, if you guys remember when the blue EX first form Frieza got a Zenkai Awakening, they intentionally made him very, very good. Honestly, I still think that Frieza is very good. I should probably do a video on that Frieza again. It's been a while since I've used him. But with all the buffs that LOE has gotten recently, I actually feel like that Frieza is still pretty decent. But they made him good for, you know, on purpose, because they knew that LOE needed the help at the time and that they weren't going to be getting that many buffs in the near future. So for a tag like androids that really does need the help, they should just make the 17 like mega good. I would not be opposed to that at all. So we will see how they handle the 17. So let me know down below what you guys think about our first double Zenkai Awakening in a very long time during the same weekly update here. So I definitely do think this is a massive W. This KALE getting a Zenkai Awakening. She can be very, very interesting. And the card destruction is going to be annoying as hell to fight against, but that's sort of what Future Gohan does as well. So we'll see how they handle that. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.